Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything coming at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. This video, we're going to be continuing on with our market garden project update. For those of you that have been following my market garden project, you know that I've been planning on building some tiles, some rivers, and some corkboard tiles. Well, I got all that in, or I got 90% of it in, and I've started working on it. All right, so you can see the river there. That is the 4-foot river that's going to go through the center of whichever map I'm using. Plus, I used the Liquitex to actually texture the river to give it some kind of current looking. It actually gives it a little bit of a gloss look. I just finished filming the Liquitex video. I haven't edited it or uploaded it yet, so look for that very soon. I just finished building the girder bridge, as well as the I've got a bunch of TT Combat. You can't see it off camera. I've got a bunch of TT Combat buildings that I put together. Still have a 1 Sarissa, 1 TT Combat building on the shelf here to finish. But I got the big church in, and I've got the a shop and a bakery. Those are from TT Combat. I've filmed those. I'm in the process of editing those and uploading them. So check those out if you haven't already checked those out. And Sarissa, I'm still building some like bombed out buildings and ruined buildings and stuff like that from Sarissa. So we're going to check those out as well. I'm working on the roads. I've already got 5 feet of roads with the bridge makes 6. And so right now, just looking at it, I've got the 4 foot of river and I got the 6 foot of road. So for one of the scenarios that I plan to run, I've got the road and the river. I still need more boards and more cork because I want to do a variety of different patterns of roads, thickness of roads. I also want to do thinner rivers. I want to do a lot of variety so that when I go to play a game, I'll have options. Like I'll have T intersections, or I'll have a 4-way intersection, where I'll have enough roads to go both directions on the table to make like a 4-way intersection. I want to have a river that maybe breaks off and has like a fork in the river or something. I want to do a lot of different things like that. But right now, we're just going to focus on the market garden scenarios that I'm planning on running, and the terrain I need for that. Okay, so what else have we done? Well, I haven't really touched any vehicles in a long while. I do have the British Jeep. It's in. I need to put that together for my British paratroopers. I have a Humber that I was going to use for 30 core. It's a limited run kind of thing. I was going to use it for 30 core, but I'm not going to implement 30 core at the convention. So I'm thinking I'm not going to put that together. I also have a Cromwell, but I'm not going to be putting that together, and a Sherman. That was all going to be for 30 core. I decided that I'm going to hold off on that until after the convention, when we're actually running this campaign in my home. Okay, so I painted, well, let me tell you the armies that I have painted. I have the British paratroopers painted. I have the American infantry, which I'm using as glider troops, painted. The 101st paratroopers I'm going to use as the 82nd, painted. The Waffen SS is painted in P-dot camouflage. That video is doing really well on my channel. I'm getting a lot of views on that, which I appreciate. That's they're painted. I have my Grenadiers, which is the very first German army that I had, and it's painted. And then I've got the Fallschirmjägers, which is probably my largest German force because I bought the Fallschirmjäger starter box, and it is finished. The other ones I've put together using sprues or just individual, like 30-man box sets or whatever. I have a Panther. It is base coated. I have a Tiger. It's base coated. An M8 or an M20, depending on how you want to use it. It's base coated. Those are the only, and the American Jeep, right? It's fully painted. So that's what I've got. I've got the 3 German forces that I need and the 3 Allied forces that I need for the 3 tables we're going to be playing. So troop-wise, I'm set. Building-wise, I'm still building the buildings, and once I build them, I need to like put a little bit of love into them and paint them. I have painted the Sarissa girder bridge here, but I think I need to put a little bit of this dirt texture over the bridge. I thought I would just paint it like asphalt, but it doesn't blend well with the roads. So I think I need to, and plus this might look better if it was pushed and lined, the road was lined up with this part of the bridge. I saw another person do the bridge by not putting this handrail on and making it a 2-lane bridge. I think I might do that. I think I've decided that I'm going to bust this handrail off, just break it off, and just make it a 2-lane bridge without that side handrail. Yeah, I don't think that's a necessary piece of the bridge. Okay, so that's going to happen. That's going to be broken, and I still have about 8 more of these full tiles and 4 more of these in single tiles. These single tiles need to be done just like this. Now, I'm going to experiment with the ones that I haven't done yet. I want to put that on camera so you guys can see it, but I want to put some fields. As you can see here, I just put like a 2-tone over there. That's actually got a 3-tone. And this one's got a 3-tone as well. It's got a little bit of gravel as well as flock on the cork, and I want to I just basically put different patterns on there so that it would break up the image. It wouldn't just be one smooth green grass. But this is too geomorphic right here, this triangle. I was going to make that like a field or maybe a wooded area, because see, I could put some trees inside this yellow area and it would be looked at as if it was like that would be the outline of the woods. Same thing with this, same thing with that. And if I don't put the woods in there, then obviously it's just part of the field. So I have to decide how I want to do that one. Yeah. Okay, so this is the Woodland Scenics blended turf, but it's more than just the blended turf. This is blended turf that I have had additional loose bits of flock or gravel or just stuff that got mixed in over time. So it's 99% blended turf, but maybe about 1 or 2% of something else. Because if I use just straight up blended turf, it would be a lot cleaner than this. I wanted it to be kind of the mixy stuff that I've got. So I've decided that the edges of all my tiles are going to be this material, this flock. That way, when they put them together, they look like they match, right? So I don't want to put this earth flock over the edge, because then you'd be able to see the straight line too easy. I didn't want to do that. Okay, well, I think that's it, really. I just wanted to hit base with you on the market garden project, where we're going pretty strong. So I've been uploading videos fairly regularly on the project. So now all I need to do is, I don't really even have to do the terrain for our Market Garden game down in Nashville. But because I can just throw out some green blankets on the table, they're only 4x6, so I've got enough to cover a bunch of tables. But then I'd have to put like roads down and fields and hedges and all that stuff. And if I make one of these the actual table that we're going to use, then the other two will just be, I don't know, I'm just going to continue to work on it from now to then. I might have enough of this to cover all three of the tables. Because one of the tables is pretty much just going to be a road down the center, not even the center, a road down the edge, and maybe some hills on the other side. And that's going to simulate Grosbeak Heights. And then that's where the 82nd and the Fallschirmjägers are going to be playing. And then another one is just going to be a bunch of city tiles, where it's not even going to be city. Let me break that up. It's going to be about 2 foot worth of city and then 4 foot worth of woods, where, or not woods, but pasture, clearings, woods, fields, whatever you want to call it. And the British will be moving through those fields to try to get into that little city piece. That whole British scenario, I think is going to be pretty exciting, because there's going to be some unexpected events on that in that scenario, and I think it's really cool the way I've got it set up. I haven't finished writing it up yet, but I think it's going to be pretty cool. And then the 101st scenario is the first table that I'm making, which is this bridge and the river and everything. They're going to attempt to seize the bridge before the Germans blow it up. Yeah, but there's only a few more pieces that I need to finish the buildings, and I need to get some more trees because of the Grosbeak Heights scenario and the British scenario. Hell, and this scenario is going to have trees on it. So I'm going to need like 3 tables worth of trees. I can use all my like smaller trees as filler, and I think that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be pulling out all my trees. But I just want to double up my big trees just because I like them the best. And then the buildings, I just got to make sure that I have enough for the city at Arnhem, the British. It's actually before they get to Arnhem, but there's an like the outskirts of Arnhem, and then I don't need any buildings for the 82nd. They're pretty much fighting in open fields. And then I need the town of, I guess it's Son, where the 101st are attacking. So I need to figure out how many buildings that's going to be. And I think I'm kind of short right now. So I need to just maybe add 5 or 6 more buildings, and that should be good. I mean, I've got all these medieval buildings. If I have to, I can pull them out and use them as a filler, just stick them in different places. I don't think, I mean, I could use that building, no problem, but I don't think I want to use a lot of the Americana buildings. I definitely don't want to use the Roman castle or fort. I don't want to use any of the resin buildings because you can't open them up and get inside of them. So I don't want to use the resin buildings for that. But yeah, and I don't really want to use any of these medieval buildings either. So I'll have to figure it out. And as I figure it out, I'll let you guys know, and I'll even I'm not going to let you know what the scenarios are until after the convention, because I don't want anybody that's going to play at the convention to see what I'm talking about when I talk about secret stuff. And I also do plan to video the convention, so you'll see it live, or not live, you'll see it a couple of days later. But yeah, then I'll reveal the scenarios that we played and what the results were and all that stuff. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming out and checking out this Market Garden update. And yeah, I'll be doing a lot more videos. I've got a bunch that I still need to edit and upload. All right, I'll catch you then.